Hello students, welcome to session 3 on canals. Today's our session 3 includes the following contents, that is number 1, design of canals by Kennedy's theory, case 2 problems, and 2, Lacey's regime theory. In previous session 2, we discussed regarding design of canals by Kennedy's theory for case 1 type problems. Now in today's session, let us have case 2 type problems. In case 2, B by D ratio is given. So you can see here, when a B by D ratio is defined, say the ratio is equal to X, then B can be written as equal to D times X. In the very next step, cross-section area is calculated in terms of D, and then the critical velocity ratio value V naught, which is equal to 0.55 m into d to the power 0.64. Now in next step, substituting for A and V naught in discharge equation Q is equal to AV naught, D can be determined. In step 2, area is determined in terms of D, and in step 3, velocity is also determined in terms of D. Now substituting both in discharge equation, there will be only one unknown term, that will be depth of flow capital D. So therefore, making use of discharge equation, D can be calculated. Once D is obtained, D can be calculated, which is equal to D times X. And knowing depth of flow D, area of flow A, and width of channel B, perimeter P and hydraulic radius R values are calculated. And in next step again, V naught is equal to 0.55 m into d to the power 0.64. So substituting here depth of flow value, the value of critical velocity is determined. Now assuming bed slope value, yes, in Cutter's equation, which is given by V is equal to C root RS, and where C stands for this given equation 23 plus 1 by n plus 0.0015 divided by s whole divided by 1 plus under bracket 23 plus 0.0015 divided by s into n by root r. So in this C term expression, a trial value of s is assumed here, and the value of c is calculated. Once value of c is known, making use of Cutter's equation, V is equal to C root RS, substituting for C, mean velocity is determined. And in next step, the critical velocity ratio is calculated, that is the value of m, which is equal to ratio between mean velocity divided by critical velocity. So if the value of m results equal to 1, then the assumed bed slope value of s is correct. If not, then the steps are revised, assuming different value for s again. So these are the steps which are followed to design the channel for case 2 type problems, when a B by D ratio is given. Now let us take one example on this. So here the problem defines that determine the dimensions of the irrigation canal for the following data. B by D ratio is equal to 3.7, N, which is a roughness coefficient, given equal to 0.0225, M value is given equal to 1, and bed slope value S is given equal to 1 divided by 4000. Side slopes of the channel is given half horizontal to 1 vertical. Also determine the discharge which will be for flowing in the channel. So in the given problem, it is required to calculate the channel dimensions, that is the value of width of channel B and depth of flow T, along with the rate of discharge Q value. So now, if we consider the given data, that is the P by D ratio is given equal to 3.7, so therefore B can be written as equal to 3.7 D. Now using hydraulic radius expression, value is obtained here for R equal to 0.708, and now from the Kennedy's equation, that is given for critical velocity, which is equal to 0.55 m into d to the power 0.64. And for calculating mean velocity of flow, Kennedy made use of the Cutter's equation, which is given by V is equal to C root RS. So using Kennedy's equation initially for calculating the critical velocity, V naught equal to 0.55, m value is given 1, it is defined already in the problem, and depth value is unknown, so critical velocity results equal to 0.55 d to the power 0.64. So in terms of d, it is calculated, and mean velocity is calculated using Cutter's equation. Side slope value S is given in the problem definition equal to 1 divided by 4000. So substituting S value here, N value is also defined equal to 0.0225. So substituting given values of roughness coefficient N and bed slope value S, along with the hydraulic radius R value, C is calculated, and substituting C in Cutter's equation, a mean velocity is calculated. So again, that also results in terms of depth of flow T only. So as we know that in the problem definition, M is defined equal to 1, means the critical velocity is also equal to mean velocity. So here we have the two velocity values in terms of depth of flow D. So both the velocities, equating the two velocities, I'm solving by trial and error method. The value of D is obtained. And in this problem, following the trial and error method, the value for D is obtained equal to 1 meter. So once D is known, D can be calculated because B is equal to 3.7 times D. So B results equal to 3.7 when B is substituted as equal to 1. So here B is calculated equal to 3.7 meter, and velocity again we're having in terms of D only. So velocity also results equal to 0.55 meter per second after substituting the value of D, and area using area formula is calculated here as equal to 4.2 meter, and finally using discharge equation the value of Q is obtained here equal to 2.31 cubics. So this is the solution for a given problem. Now let us move to next part. So let us go through some drawbacks of this Kennedy's theory. So in session 2 and session 3, in present session, we have gone through the two cases of canal design, and we have understood the steps to be followed for both the design cases. Now let us understand or go through the some drawbacks of this Kennedy's theory. So as we know that Kennedy made used Cutter's equation to calculate the mean velocity of flow. He is not given any equation to calculate the mean velocity of flow. So therefore, the limitations of Cutter's equations are incorporated in Kennedy's theory. And Kennedy not considered the significance of V by D ratio in his theory. Also, he is not given any bed slope equation. He is not given any equation for calculating the bed slope. So therefore, when a trial and error method is followed, so the slight variation can be observed in design part. He also not considered silt charge and silt grade, and is not given any expression to calculate the correct expression for m. The value of m is decided arbitrarily. So since there is no method given for determining its value, and this theory aims, the Kennedy's theory aims only to have an average resin channel, and finally the design of channel by this method is based on this theory involves, as we know, a trial and error method, which is quite cumbersome, which is a little complicated one. These are the few drawbacks of Kennedy's theory. Now moving to next part. So next we are having is Lacey's resin theory. So after Kennedy, as we seen a set of drawbacks in his theory, Lacey studied and is given a set of equations to design the channels. After his study, we can say that this is a modified design method of channels. So given modified method, after his work, he's given a bunch of expressions to design the channel, and he defined the channel in two states of flow, as the initial resin state and final resin state. And he defined a channel is said to be in resin state when it is flowing in unlimited incoherent alluvium of the same character as that of the transported sediment. And number two, silt grade and silt charge is the same through the channel length. And number three, when canal runs with the constant rate of flow or discharge. So these are the three conditions satisfies the canal as a resin canal. And as he differentiated the resin state of channel into two categories as initial regime and the final regime. So basically, the initial regime state is attained uh, when a channel is immediately put into operation after its construction, and final state of regime uh, uh, attains after long duration when the canal carries continuously a flow of water. So it takes a long period to attain the final state of regime. Now moving to his design part, let us go through the design procedure of Lacey's theory. So when the value of Q is defined and the mean diameter of silt particle D is given. Similar to Kennedy's theory, some steps are followed here to design the channel. So for Lacey's theory, in the very beginning step, the velocity of flow is computed using the relation V is equal to under bracket QF square divided by 140 to the power 1 by 6. So uh, as we know, he's given a modified method for the canal design and he's given a bunch of expressions, set of expressions to design channel. So we can have a look of all the expressions here. So for his design part, uh, includes initially the calculation of velocity value using the given expression v is equal to q of square divided by 140 to the power 1 by 6. Here q represents in the expression as a discharge in terms of meter cube per second, and f represents the silt factor, which is also remains equal to 1.76 root of d, and t in this represents the diameter of particle in millimeter. In next step, once V is calculated using discharge formula Q is equal to area into velocity, the cross sectional area A is calculated. And in third step, knowing the side slope and the A in terms of B and D, that is, this is the expression for area flow. So A is calculated uh, in terms of B and D. Now in step 4, again using relation P is equal to 4.75 root of Q, uh, perimeter value is determined. And we also have the expression for the perimeter. This is the expression given by the Lacey, and the generalized general expression for perimeter, uh, which is obtained for trapezoidal channel section that having here in equation 2. Now equating both the perimeter expressions 1 and 2, values of B and D are calculated or determined. Now once B and D is calculated, in the next step, hydraulic mean radius is calculated using the expression R is equal to 5 divided by 2 under bracket V square by F. Also along with this, R is also equal to A by P. So again R value is obtained using equation 4. Now in next step, R values are compared. R value obtained in equation 3 and R value obtained in equation 4, they are compared. If they result same, then it represents the calculation part is correct or design is okay. If not, then the steps are revised Still, the R values calculated from equation 3 and 4 uh, remain same or matches. Now, in next step, bed slope value is calculated using expression S is equal to F to the power 5 by 3 divided by 3340 2 to the power 1 by 6. So this is the expression given for calculating the bed slope value S by the Lacy. So using the given equation, S value is calculated. Now let us take one design problem on this. So the problem defines like this: design a irrigation channel in alluvial soil according to Lacy silt theory for the following data. So in the problem definition, full supply discharge is given, Q value is given equal to 10 qmax or 10 meter cube per second. Lacy's silt factor F is given equal to 0.9, and side slope of channel is defined equal to half horizontal to 1 vertical. So as we see in the very beginning step in designing the channel by Lacy's silt theory, the value of velocity is determined using expression V is equal to under bracket P of squared divided by 140 to power whole power 1 by 6. So substituting the values of discharge Q here and the F, V is obtained uh, equal to 0.62 meter per second. Once V is known using discharge formula, uh, area can be calculated because discharge is already defined in the problem definition. So substituting Q and V value, area A results here equal to 16.13 meters square. Now in next step, third step, hydraulic mean radius is calculated using expression R equal to 5 by 2 under bracket V square by F. So we already calculated in above step. Considering the same here, and the F value is already given in the problem definition. So substituting both, hydraulic radius is obtained here equal to 1.07 meter. Now using perimeter expression, P value is calculated here, which is equal to 4.75 root of Q. So substituting Q value, P results equal to 15.07 meter. And again, you can use generalized, the general expression, which is used to calculate the perimeter value for trapezoidal channel section. You can calculate the perimeter again. It results same anyhow. Now in the fifth step, expression of bed slope is used to calculate the bed slope S value. So F is given in the problem and Q is also defined. So substituting both the parameter values here, S is calculated, which is obtained equal to 1 divided by 5844 or equal to 1 divided by 550. So nearer value is taken. So this is the solution for first problem. Now moving to problem number 2. So problem number 2 defines here the slope of a channel in alluvium is 1 divided by 4000. Lacy's silt factor is 0.9 and side slopes are half horizontal to 1 vertical. Find the channel section and maximum discharge which can be allowed to flow in it. So in the problem definition, bed slope value is given S equal to 1 divided by 4000. Lacy's silt factor is given 0.9 and side slope is defined half horizontal to 1 vertical. So it is required to calculate here the channel dimensions as well. the value of discharge. So making use of the respective equations, all parameter values are calculated. So here we have the expression for bed slope. S is equal to under bracket f to the power 5 by 3 divided by 3340 q to the power 1 by 6. So using this and rearranging the equation, uh, q is determined here. So from the expression, q is taken out here and s is taken to the RHS, and q substituting the given values, value of f and s. Uh, Q is obtained here equal to 1.03 meter cube per second. So, and from equation, S is equal to under bracket F to the power 3 by 2 divided by 4980 R to the power half. Again, rearranging the expression, value of R is calculated here. After substituting the value of F and S. So R results equal to 0.47 meter. Now from the perimeter equation, P is equal to 4.75, substituting Q, P resulted here equal to 4.82 meter. And we know that also hydraulic radius R remains equal to A by P. So from this, A is equal to P into R. So substituting P and R value, area resulted here 2.27 meter square. Using area expression, here the equation is considered as A1, and the perimeter equation is considered as equation 2. So solving equation 1 and 2, the values of B and D are calculated here. And B is obtained as equal to 3.48 meter, and depth of flow D is equal to 0.6 meter. Once B and D is known, substituting in area expression and making use the value of area in discharge formula, Q can be calculated because Q is remains equal to area into velocity. Now let us move to the last part of today's session, that is drawbacks of lazy theory. So as we've seen drawbacks in case of Kennedy's theory, though the lazy is given modified method for designing channels, his theory also includes or consists some drawbacks. Number one is his theory does not give the clear description regarding the physical aspect of the problem. It does not define what actually governs the characteristics of an alluvial channel. The derivation of various formula, as we've seen, it is a set of equations. In most of the equation, he make use only the factor f. So the derivation of various formula depends upon a single factor f. Now moving to next drawback, there are different phases of flow on bed and sides, and hence different values of silt factor for bed and side should have been used. So practically there will be flow at different phase, uh, both at channel bed and the side. So should have been used a different silt factor for bed and side. Lacy equation do not include concentration of silt as a variable. Lacey did not take into account the silt left in channel by water that is lost in absorption, which is as much as 12 to 15% of the total discharge of channel. The effect of silt accumulation was also ignored. The silt size does actually go on decreasing by the process attrition among the rolling silt particle dragged along the bed. So along the channel length, the silt particle size goes on reduces as the silt particles drags along the bed. So the effect of silt accumulation was not taken into consideration in his theory. Uh, Also, he is not defined properly the silt grade and silt charge. And finally, he introduced semi-ellipse as an ideal shape of resin channel, which is not correct. So all these are a few drawbacks of Lacey's theory. So this ends session 3, and also this completes the canal design part. Thank you.